All right, on to some other items of the day as we get ready to wrap up the week. It's time for What You Say. Grim on the Grum.
Grim!
Hi, guys. Josh.
Nick.
What was your biggest positive and negative takeaway about last night's game to Tampa Bay?
Well, I thought Dak threw the ball extremely well, despite, more limited mobility than he has had in his career thus far. I thought the defense was pleasantly surprising at times. They certainly had some takeaways. Biggest negative takeaway, Mike McCarthy is still the coach of the Dallas Cowboys. So I'd go with that.
More importantly, in last night's game, it brought the return of the Chris Collinsworth slide. Has nature fully healed?
Well, not only did they bring it back, but Al Michaels actually referred to it. He said, slide on over here, buddy. So they're actually acknowledging the thing that everyone has joked about exists. So it was good to see. It was good to see everything looking very normal last night. Full stadium, sideline reporters on the sideline, broadcasters up in the booth not wearing masks. It was great.
I love seeing the slide. It makes me happy as a human being. Bring back. Everyone should slide more on. We should begin every show. I should just slide on next to you. Hey, partner.
I don't think so. No, get the hell away from me.
Cam Newton says he was surprised by his release from the Patriots and added that while he was okay with being Mac Jones's backup, that Jones would have been uncomfortable with that arrangement. What does that mean?
I don't know. That is pretty weird. I'm guessing that the Patriots just didn't want to have to deal with any controversy when Mac Jones struggles. If they had Cam, maybe there would have been some calls for his benching. Now you don't have to worry about that at all, and you can stick with him. That said, it's not like Bill Belichick cares about any of that stuff, so I don't know. Maybe they just don't think he's got it anymore.
Yeah,
/COVID stuff.
But it seems to imply that maybe Cam Newton and Mac Jones weren't getting along because, well, this is something Mac Jones didn't want. That's
odd.
That's rather odd. It's also kind of odd sometimes to hear a guy, especially an accomplished player like Cam Newton, willingly take a demotion by saying, hey, I wanted to be there. I still think some of the COVID stuff and the vaccination status had something to do with this departure.
We almost had an upset last night. Which NFL team favored by 5 points or more is most likely to get upset this weekend? Chiefs, Bills, Rams, or 49ers?
I'm going to say Buffalo. I'm going to say Buffalo.
That's my pick, too. I even though I picked them to cover, I picked them and the Chiefs to cover. Those are the two ones that I had been kind of wrestling with all week long. Buffalo is the one that I would worry about a little bit more falling to Pittsburgh.
With their win over the New York Yankees last night, the Toronto Blue Jays pulled within a half game of the Yankees in the wild card. The Yankees never even had a lead during the series, the first time that's happened to them in a series of 4 games or more since 1924 against the Washington Senators. Are the Yankees D-E-A-D dead?
They are not dead. They'll still make the playoffs, but that's a tough look, man. You know, you'll have those games where a team will go wire to wire, and it happens in football all the time, but like in basketball especially, it's like, dang, you couldn't even go up 2-0 early in the game. To never lead in a 4-game series, that's pretty embarrassing, and I think that we need to retroactively take away some of their world championships.
The Yankees at one point went 20 of 22.
Yeah, what the hell happened?
And now they've lost like 10 of their last 12.
Yeah, what in the world?
Now, they're maybe not dead, but they got a lot of injured players. They've got guys who are on the 60-day. You've got guys who are now on the 10-day. They've had some issues when it comes to injuries. I'm not going to say they're dead, but they are definitely in some trouble because Toronto is surging.
The Red Sox now have 10 players who have tested positive for COVID in the latest being starting pitcher Chris Sale. Meanwhile, you good job.
I'm laughing at you, Nick, for going 10 and then it's COVID news.
It was capitalized.
It was capitalized.
Meanwhile, outfielder Hunter Renfroe claimed Major League Baseball told the team to stop testing. Something the league says is inaccurate. Would it surprise you if MLB told the Sox that the best thing to do right now is stop testing?
It would never surprise me if a league didn't want to deal with the embarrassment and said, you know what, here's one way not to find out if you got COVID or not. Don't test. That said, I think Renfro may have been speaking a little bit out of tune or had maybe heard some things and decided to go ahead and maybe deflect what has been a dicey situation. The Red Sox, who are one of the least vaccinated teams in terms of percentage in Major League Baseball. It's not a good look right now. So you got the Yankees who are struggling and they've got injuries, and the Red Sox who are struggling and they've got COVID issues.
Yeah, I think that would actually surprise me. We can be pretty cynical about a lot of things, especially with people in power. That would be quite the move, because my fault would be, okay, well, why don't they just stop testing then? Rather than telling you to not get tested. So no, I don't buy that.
This week has been the Battle of El Assico. And by Battle of El Assico, I mean Josh and I yelling at each other. Josh is about to gain another point. At Iowa Hawk Blog on Twitter, tweeted out Viva El Assico this morning.
Nice.
But that's not why we're here, Josh.
Oh.
The blog also included 4 pictures. One where Iowa State was wearing jerseys that said Beat Iowa. You a fan of jerseys literally calling out your rival?
I am, and here is my one defense for it. This is real, right? This isn't a fake jersey?
Yeah, this is from the 70s.
That's incredible. I love rivalries like that. There are multiple fight songs out there in college football. I mean, in college sports in general. But in college football specifically that reference their rivals and how much they hate them.
Yeah.
Alabama, right? They make fun of Auburn in their song.
Texas makes fun of A&M.
I love that type of stuff. So to wear a jersey that literally says Beat Iowa, now you better go do it, or that's pretty embarrassing. But I like it. I dig it. Nebraska should just start wearing jerseys that say beat whomever their opponent is.
Well, they are going to be wearing hats that say beat Oklahoma or beat Nebraska. At least they're for sale.
What?
Yes.
Like official Adidas ones?
Yes. I know there's Nike ones for Oklahoma that say
I
beat
want
Nebraska.
one of those.
So
that's awesome.
So yes, I got no problem with it. I think it's great, and it happened back in a time where teams didn't change their uniforms every day. So that had to be really special ordered.
That's awesome.
We have another pillow fight on the PGA Tour. This time it's Patrick Reed liking tweets that are mocking U.S. Ryder Cup captain Steve Stricker for not putting Reed on the U.S. roster. Was Stricker right in leaving Reed off the team?
What do you think, golf boy?
I mean, Patrick Reed can be annoying as hell, as shown by this very topic that we were having right now, but the dude seems to bring his A game in moments where it matters most, so I almost would say he made a bad decision leaving him off, but if they thought that it would ruin the camaraderie, it's like Isaiah Thomas. Nobody likes Patrick Reed. So maybe it's the good move for the quote-unquote locker room, but it's bad for them actually on the golf course. For an amazing sport that is a real sport and it involves athleticism, John.
Now, listen, they may not like him, but the fact he goes out and wins. He's been America's best player the last couple of Ryder Cups.
Winners, winners, winners.
And that's what you want. Who cares if you like him or not? He wins. Now, there is the out because Reed recently had the medical problem that he claims was life-threatening at one point, and that there might be some concerns that he's not all the way back. So that's the out that Stricker has. That said, if he's healthy, if he's getting back to health, the Ryder Cup's still not for another couple more weeks. Mm-hmm. I think it would have been worth it to put him on the team because the U.S. needs all the help they can get. Because they haven't won this thing in, last 3 Ryder Cups? How many years is Europe?
No, they won it in 2016. They fought, but for the most part, they've sucked for a while, but they got one victory. So they got a 2016
That's
win.
not good enough. That's not good enough.
Out John Bishop here for
What is
Not
this?
America.
What is this? International soccer? We can suck at international soccer.
Come on.
We can't suck at golf. We have dedicated way too much real estate in this country to golf to lose to a bunch of Europeans.
Let's go golf.
Coming up next, the Elite Sportsbook Bet of the Day. And the weekends, or the weekend, on 1620 The Zone.
Hey everyone, Josh Peterson here for the FanDuel Sportsbook. FanDuel finally has found something that Iowa and Iowa State fans can agree on, and it is called the Scoreboard Sure Thing, and you can win $50 tomorrow if either team scores. And you say, Josh, what in the world are you talking about? That's right. If either team scores tomorrow, you can win $50. And when you win, you'll get paid in as little as 24 hours. It's an incredible promotion because if you look at this series over the last 15 times that they have played, the under has hit 13 of those 15 times. It's 46.5 points right now on FanDuel. But yet, if either team scores, which I think that's going to happen tomorrow, friends, boom, you win some money. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app, put in my promo code Josh162, and also take advantage of your risk-free bet for up to $1,000. That is the FanDuel Sportsbook promo code Josh162. 21 plus and present in Iowa. Max bet $50 for scoreboard, sure thing. First online real money wager only for new customer risk-free bet. Refund issued is non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 14 days. Must wager in designated boost market. Restrictions to apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.